Ranking the 92 English Football League clubs on the best derbies or rivalries, part 6. Number 42, Blackburn versus Preston. Well, it seems I massively underrated Blackpool versus Preston. Particularly Blackpool fans were a little bit angry at me, so I'm not going to overestimate this one. Blackburn versus Preston, 42. 41, Walsall versus Port Vale. I think Walsall struggle for natural rivals, mainly due to the fact that the clubs around them are a bit higher divisions. This rivalry probably developed because these two clubs have been in similar divisions across many different seasons. Naturally, Port Vale care about another club a little bit more, who they too don't really often see in the league. 40, Coventry City versus Aston Villa. This is an old-standing rivalry that's probably fizzled out in recent years. This fixture became increasingly significant between the years of 2001 to 2011, when the club's natural rivals were in different leagues. So they formed this one. But who cares less about this? Coventry or Villa? 39, another combination for Aston Villa, this time with Wolverhampton Wanderers. Once again, both clubs have other clubs that they focus on more. But unfortunately, neither of their rivals are in the Premier League. These clubs both are. Hence why maybe this rivalry has become more significant in the past couple of years. 38, Arsenal versus Chelsea. Some of you fans may be thinking this should be higher. For me, this rivalry is mainly based on the club's successes. Both very successful clubs who often quarrel over who is the biggest. So, to pose you the question, who's bigger, Arsenal or Chelsea? 37, Crewe Alexandra versus Port Vale. Now, I'm banking on this one. I've got a friend who's a Crewe Alexandra fan, and he reckons that this is quite a significant rivalry. I've never personally understood the logic. It probably goes back to the fact that Port Vale's natural rivals aren't in their division. So, Crewe and Port Vale fans, is this a rivalry or not? 36, Aston Villa versus West Brom. Probably the last combination of clubs in and around Birmingham, before we get to the real obvious ones. In 2010, this derby was voted the third most fierce in the region. Hence why it's at 36. 35, West Brom Birmingham, gotcha. This one's gone higher than Villa versus West Brom for me, purely based on the fact that this combination of clubs is going to happen again next season. But this time Birmingham revitalised, which will most certainly make for a fantastic game between the two teams. 34, Wrexham versus Chester. This is a cross-border derby between Wales and England. That's very fierce. For me, if it wasn't for the recent success of Wrexham and the clear massive disparity between the two clubs now, this derby would have broken into the top 20. This is proper football. 33, Liverpool versus Manchester United. Again, you're probably surprised. This rivalry is more than just football. This is about two cities, Liverpool and Manchester. There's no disputing the fact that the fans both care, but for me, when you see players hugging in the tunnel before the game, the rivalry loses a lot of credibility. And I think this is a fantastic example of that. So that rounds up part 6. Stay tuned for part 7.